My name, as she said, my name is Professor Bam. Basically, what we specialize in is self-empowerment. First and foremost, and the reason why a lot of people have problems with bullying, it really starts with how you feel about yourself. Accepted by this crowd over here because you don't think people are going to accept you for what you believe in, then therefore you put yourself in a situation where people begin to want to take advantage of you. So you can learn all the tricks, you can learn all the martial arts, you can learn all the skills, people can talk to you, they can do all that stuff, but if you don't have any confidence and self-esteem inside yourself, then all that stuff's going to be a waste of time. So the first and foremost thing that has to happen for me as a parent, I know, is that I got to make sure that my kid feels really good about himself inside, and he's willing to stand up and be able to express himself in a respectful and positive way, because once again, bullying and conflict is real strange, like a catch-22. You can tell your kid to stand up and say what you have to say, but then if the kid stands up and they say it in an arrogant and bad manner, that's going to make the person want to hurt you. So it comes back to character, and that means that you got to be able to voice your opinion, but you got to do it in a manner that doesn't intimidate the other person that's trying to hurt you. But then that goes right back to self-empowerment. It goes back to self-esteem. It goes back to positive self. You already built up the confidence. You feel good about yourself. I mean, it don't have to be martial arts. For me, it has the values that I teach. I just like to tell you, don't come from martial arts school. Come from my mommy and my dad. That's just it. Saying sir, saying ma'am, feeling good about myself, believing in my dreams, getting tough love, getting total support that comes from my mommy and my daddy. And I think that's where it starts from. It starts from us just being surrounded by people that's going to really build us up, push us, and even though they might not see that our goal, because think about it, once again, here we go. You got a guy sitting here, all I do is do martial arts. That's all I do. That's what I make a living off of. So you can imagine at the time that I was doing martial arts, what people were saying, that's stupid, you belong, don't do this, don't do that. So you might, kids, they got goals right now, and most people probably don't believe this guy ever going to manifest anything. I mean, we got a videotape, we interviewed a bunch of kids in Little City, and I asked all the kids, what you want to be when you get big? One little kid said, I want to be a trash man. Everybody started laughing at him. I said, man, it's okay to be a trash man, believe it or not. The guy that created Blockbuster was a trash man. That's what he did. He went around, collected trash, and got enough money, and then he invested in video. In martial arts, everybody can fight. But that's just, you don't come to martial arts to learn how to fight. Let's just be honest about that. You do not go to karate school to learn how to fight. You already know how to fight. We just teach you other things to express. A martial arts instructor, I do not teach fighting. Fighting is the last resort. If you ever have to use what you have learned in a martial arts school, you have lost the fight. And once again, if you get a chance to read my book, you see I haven't been through anything that you can possibly imagine. I haven't been in a fight since I was 13 years old. I'm 41 years old now. And if my son ever comes and tells me, Dad, he tried to do something to me that you already lost, why are you telling me that? You let him bring you down to his level. So it goes back to what I first said, self-empowerment. It goes back to confidence. It goes back to self-esteem. It goes back to how you feel about yourself. It goes back to positive environments. What are we doing to make that person feel better? I mean, in my martial arts school, the parents said, well, when do my kids need to learn? Use self-defense. That's on you. I can't tell you when your kids should use that self-defense tool. Basically, once again, it goes back to self-empowerment, feeling good about yourself, conduct yourself in a positive manner, being careful. Okay, you can be a person that always been bullied, but if you walk around with your head down, you get smart with people, when somebody say, can you please move out the way, you go, I ain't trying to do that. What you just did, you just created conflict. So it goes back to body language. Tony Robbins talked about that. If your body language is not good, if it's a negative signal that you send it on, that's just self-love. I think if the kid can feel a little bit more better about themselves, about being built up some kind of way through the positive reinforcement they get at home and then they get in school, then they're not going to, I know it sounds crazy, you're going to be less involved in those sort of situations where somebody's going to be bullying you and trying to take advantage of you. So conducting yourself in a positive manner, being careful that you don't respond to a bully negatively. Treat them as you would like to be treated. That's it. Anything you read about self-development and spiritual development tells you always treat somebody else like you want to be treated. And I know it's probably crazy because a lot of literature say if it's a bad person, treat them like a bad person, but that's not true. You got to treat them like you want to be treated, because eventually that bad person can become a good person. That's something for adults there. Because I was a bad kid. First I was bullied, then I became a bully, now bullies and teach people how to avoid bullies. So you have to be careful how you do it because you're trying to change someone. So your example is very important.
A mixed bag here with the kids for the Marshall Mix team. They trying to relate to everybody, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. Apparently, they seem to be hitting the right chords with people, and people are interested and excited about what they're doing. So, regardless of their backgrounds, it doesn't seem to matter. They seem to have brought into this movement. Well, yeah, Steve was one of the last people that I would ever expect to be taken as a gangbanger. But it's good that they're being able to reach out and relate to them. So I think that's it's a compliment. It's a strange compliment in some sense, but it's a compliment in terms of what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish and what they're trying to reach out to the people that are in some cases quite different. The spiritual element and the whole philosophy of stuff is one of the things that really attracted us to the school. It's not just about the kicks and the punches. It's about the attitude and the spirit and the whole philosophy behind it. And that's in some sense more important than just the kicks and the punches and the physical stuff. Because the physical stuff, well, you can pick that up anywhere. You can learn it. And you get older, it gets harder to do some of the things. But the attitude and the philosophy, that stuff sticks with you for a lifetime. And you build a good foundation, they'll have that. Whether they're 6 or 60, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, we can reach out to people we don't normally reach doing this. The people that would never set foot inside a dojo, we can still reach with the music, because everybody loves music of one kind or another. And if we can relate to the kids before we lose the whole generation and reach out and grab them and say, yeah, here, we can use that music and we can teach you something that's good and a philosophy that's good, I mean, that's great.
Statement that a lot of times people don't think about what they're saying. They associate maybe you as a black man as if you found all of your kids, they're probably gangsters, and now you're going to be the savior that comes into the ghetto and take them all out and make them all straight citizens. But a lot of these kids are from great backgrounds. Sure, some of the kids that you've had over the course of time have had some trouble and so forth. The majority of the kids that I've seen here at the school are from great families and so forth, and there's a mixture of young guys. And as far as the discipline of it, and I said that years ago when Daniel first started the school here, that I wasn't concerned about him coming here to be the best fighter in the whole world, but the thing that I appreciate the most about it is the fact that the discipline aspect of it. He's a great student, and along with most of the kids that go to school here, they all have high grade point averages, and you guys always check on the grades, make them bring it in, which is a good backup system for me. There's big things about our culture today. The young kids, you have to be able to reach the kids. It's just like people talking about, well, how come a lot of the young kids don't go to church anymore? Well, first of all, you have to be able to communicate and reach these kids. You got to find a vehicle that will draw these kids into the school system or back into the church that I was talking about. In the martial arts, a lot of kids, they may not ever think about doing martial arts, but they sure will think about dancing. And the fact that you incorporate the dancing into a martial arts, that's the way you can reach a lot of kids and make them open their minds and go into an avenue that they probably never thought. Most positive things you can do is the kids didn't ask to come into the world. We as parents decided to bring them here in the world. And as far as my wife and I are concerned, not only the fact of bringing martial arts into their life as far as helping them in their discipline aspect, you got to, there's things you teach your kids. First of all, you give them a basic religious background, and I don't get to talk about religion with people, but you have to believe in something that's stronger than life. You have to promise your kids that you're going to educate them, and you teach them the difference between right and wrong, and you teach them love and respect. And if you can do those things and put your kids and get them involved in a positive surrounding,